we'll see if they do tomorrow. They're going to have their easier games tomorrow. That should be a potential bloodbath. We still have one more set to go here in day one. Edmonton Impact taking on DMG. And AC Diesel is going to be playing the Outlaws. Stick with us here. More action. 2021 NXL Mid-Atlantic Major. Matty Marshall with Rich Telford here on GoSports.com. Day one, Edmonton Impact is going to be playing.
Got one more bracket.
The 20 best professional paintball teams are lined up to battle in 4 prelim brackets at the NXL Mid-Atlantic Major, the second big event of the 2021 NXL season, to see who will make it on to Sunday to fight for the win. Impact and Infamous. Their star-studded rosters will be the favorites overall in the top seeds in brackets A and B. Impact's toughest prelim match should be AC Diesel, who took 6th place in Florida and has exhibited impressive improvement. Impact will also have to get through the Outlaws, the LA Ironmen, and Sacramento DMG. Infamous is in the potential bracket of death with former champs San Antonio X Factor and Houston Heat. Heat missed Sunday in Florida and just picked up Tyler Harmon from Dynasty, and they will be hungry for redemption. Hard-charging rookies Energy Elite and Columbus Level finish out the bracket. The eventual winner could come out of bracket C, where Tampa Bay Damage sits at the top, and will be gunfighting against fellow favorites Baltimore Revo and San Diego Dynasty, with New York Extreme and the ML Kings rosters trying to earn respect. And the last bracket contains the Russian Legion, who should have more of their potent starting lineup ready to go. They could have their hands full with the vastly improved Seattle Thunder and San Diego Aftermath squads. Rounding out the last bracket is a brand new AC Dallas roster and the inconsistent but potentially deadly Seattle Uprising. Never before in the history of pro paintball has the talent and skill at the highest level been this close and competitive. Who will reign supreme at the second NXL Major? Tune in to GoSports.com June 25th to the 27th to find out. Edmonton Impact has been on an absolute tear for a very long time, winning 14 events all over the world since 2015. But pro paintball is as competitive as it's ever been, and there are more teams than ever fighting for a place at the top. But we could see Impact go on another run in 2021. COVID restrictions may keep the Canadian Corps from joining their American teammates at the beginning of the season. But with the new pickups and the elite returning veterans, their roster is a murderer's row list of insane killers. Impact took 3rd place twice last year at the only 2 events, and it won't shock anyone if they win events again this year and threaten for the NXL Series title. Sacramento DMG has been in the pro ranks since 2018 and found limited success, though they did take 9th place at the World Cup in 2018 and 2019. Every time they get a solid group together, one or more of their starting 5 will get poached or leave for perceived greener pastures. But the veterans and leadership of DMG know that that's just how things are for up-and-coming pro squads, so they've continued to seek out and develop new players and new talent. That talent will be on display this year, and we will see if they have enough firepower to make it past the prelims in the NXL during the 2021 season. Ranked 8th overall heading into the 2021 NXL season, AC Diesel looked outstanding at the World Cup last year where they went undefeated in the prelims, and then lost to a revived Tampa Bay Damage in the quarterfinals by 1 point in only their 2nd pro event. But it would shock no one if AC Diesel became an immediate contender this year, as they improved their roster for this season, and leader Mark Johnson has stacked his squad with a perfect mix of aggressive veterans who want to push forward and smart players who can win points in the scramble. They have nothing to lose, everything to prove, and they have a great chance to go deep on Sundays. And who knows, maybe win an event this season. It's been a frustrating road for the Fort Wayne Outlaws since they've entered the NXL Pro League in 2015. They've been plagued by penalties and missed opportunities. The last time they made Sunday was in Las Vegas at the beginning of 2018, and their best finish was a 6th place in Texas of 2017. It's been hard for the Outlaws to field a consistent roster the past few seasons, and that inconsistency has showed up in their results. But 2021 could be the year they turn the corner, as owner and coach Jeremy Somm is determined to keep bringing in fresh talent until they can get a squad that is dedicated to the grind. Led by veteran Fred Berkeley, the Outlaws have a new crop of up-and-coming players looking for a chance to prove themselves. But only time will tell if they have the needed heart and skill to prevail in the NXL Pro Division.
Welcome back, 2021 NXL Mid-Atlantic Major. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford. We have one more set to go, and one of our big favorites is going to be playing Edmonton Impact, taking on their brother team, DMG. Also, AC Diesel going to be fighting against the Outlaws. So, Rich, what do you think here? Obviously, DMG on a bit of a rebuild, and Impact as stacked as they've ever been. But these teams are super familiar with each other.
Yes, I saw the two coaches, Dave Baines and Terrence Father, just arguing right before the match. You know, a lot of disdain there, a lot of hate. Two really close teams, two really close coaches. Obviously, both teams are at different places in their trajectory. Impact's close to the topping out of where they can get, and DMG's on their way back up. So obviously, I think big advantage for Impact here, but I've been wrong before.
30 seconds to go for the start of the first point, and then now AC Diesel and the Outlaws. Obviously, the Outlaws really frustrated with what went down in the Impact game. We saw Jeremy venting his frustration on his opponents, on the commissioner. But for AC Diesel and the Outlaws, with AC Diesel with their win over the Ironman, if they can beat the Outlaws, go 2-0, going to be looking really good. Just need one more to seal the deal, move on to Sunday. You can't get in at 2-2, but the Outlaws with 3 games remaining, they need to look at this like the ML Kings did against Damage, right?
Yep.
On the breakout, looks like Impact is going to be losing, I think, 2 bodies. Yep. Yeah, so first body coming off is going to be Goldman from that back corner, and then they're also losing Justin Cornell. I think that's the first time I've seen Justin Cornell die early.
Yeah, I think you jinxed him for sure, because he was definitely undefeated before you pointed out the fact that he was undefeated. So 3 on 5 damage. Great shots on the break, although they lose their first player there. Attacking on the snake shot side.
Yeah, DMG going to be losing a body, though they do get Gerber out a little bit from that back corner. See if they can take advantage, though. Those 2 kills. Did they lose another body early as well when we were watching those 2 bodies for Impact?
I think he's in the Dorito Tower matting. We just can't see him from here.
Oh, he is. Yeah, I see it moving.
Okay.
So yeah, body's still up right now for 4 bodies up. It's gonna be another kill here for DMG. So looking real good here.
Yeah, looking good.
And they're gonna get a kill on Justin Rabikoff. So just 1 body live for Edmonton Impact.
And again, when you shoot 2 guys on the break, you should win this point, even against Impact. But a lot of teams don't, so showing that DMG's got the shots dialed in. And if they can shoot 2 guys on the break or 2 guys quickly every point and stay alive, any team that can do that has a chance of beating Impact. If you don't do that, though, it gets real hard.
Yeah. Matt Jackson was the last body left alive for Impact, and real solid point for DMG. Barely lost anybody, just that 1 kill.
I think that might have been Shane Howe that got dinked out over here on the snake side.
Yeah, so 4 bodies alive for them. Point is good. And they're going to take a 1-point advantage.
Yeah, I'd give them a little bit of pep going into that second point.
Now AC Diesel and the Outlaws are going to be taking the field. You got to give the advantages to AC Diesel here.
For sure. As
the Outlaws took 12th at the last event, went 2-2 in the prelims, but they had a -4, so they were not able to make it on to Sunday, but not a bad showing at all. They beat the ML Kings, and they beat AC Dallas.
And I just like the look that they're attacking now. My criticism in the past was that they would play slow, methodical paintball until they were down 3 or 4 points, and then they would start attacking and play well and score a couple points. Now they're starting off attacking, and I think that's going to get them closer to where they want to go in the long run.
All right, here we go. Outlaws going to be in the white on the blue side.
Yep.
And on
your
going to
go 2 snake side, 2 back center, 1 Dorito. They lose their first attacker on the snake side. Diesel's got 2 in back center now. Oh, they shoot 1 out on the Dorito side, so 4 on 4. Diesel's able to field the snake corner, and Clint Johnson's able to release Adam from back center to the tower on the Dorito side. Outlaws lose Fred Berkeley over here on the snake side. So 1 body advantage here for Diesel.
Yeah, there's also doing a little surgery here in the snake. You can see there on your screen. Frustrating situation for Sammy.
Just part of the game.
Yeah, sometimes. Actually, I couldn't really see who that was in there.
Outlaws taking a walk from the Drill side. That
Yeah,
hurt him.
another death coming off here for the Outlaws, and
Mark Johnson filling this way towards the snake attacker. So 2 attackers over here from Diesel.
yeah, so it looks like he finally got his gun up in there. Sorry, that was Haber. Sammy plays on another team. Sorry, it's been a long day. But yeah, just Diesel full control right now. Good for the Outlaws that Haber got his gun up.
Yeah, and it's it's a 2-on-3, so it's not a huge advantage.
Yeah, but just you can tell by the way things were kind of going.
Yeah.
Fred and then now Haber trying to come around, do something with his position, but everyone died behind him. And
yep, I like that he was attacking, though.
Yeah, and then Salcedo's just going to run in and hit that buzzer.
Yep, good point there for Diesel. Not a terrible point for the Outlaws, just a little short. Ended up 2-on-3 and then 3-on-1.
Yeah, softened him up a bit, but
having that gun down in the snake for the Outlaws game was probably tough too.
Yeah, I talked to Fred Berkeley for a decent amount yesterday, staying at the same hotel, and he seemed really confident and definitely agrees this is the best they've looked. But he knows they need to come out here and perform. Obviously, when you start out against Impact, it's only going to get easier after that.
Yeah. Ageless Assassin, Shane Howe going out there. His 612th year of paintball. He didn't get going until, honestly, his like 3rd or 4th year.
Yeah, he got Vityukov.
But since then, he's really been taking off well.
Yeah. But, takes time.
All good things.
Like what we've seen out of Gerber, Boyum.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah, DMG's strong. They're just playing against one of the best teams in the world who also knows them very, very well. Alex Rodriguez shooting out of back center, releasing to the snake tower. Gets in there live, 5-on-5 for both teams. Both teams in very similar positions. Got Boyum shooting snake side. Shane Howe shooting snake side.
Yeah, Impact getting
yeah, John, it's definitely interesting down there.
Yeah, and a good break here.
I should have just called this the Dust Bowl instead of the Mid-Atlantic Open. Anytime somebody's sliding into Snake 1 or God, everybody knows on the field this huge dust ball comes up.
Teams with 2 guys in the back are definitely going to start getting shot early. Team G releasing now to the drill side, Maddie.
Yeah, still 5 alive. Still 5 alive, still doubling up that back center. There's room for him now in that kick, and then here comes A-Rod. So this is when that's going to get tough back there. They do launch him out of that spot, but A-Rod by himself and into the snake.
Shane Howe now pushing up to the God bunker. Snake insert now into snake.
I'm just happy that there hasn't been many injuries. There was one guy walking off from Iron Man earlier in the stream. Oh, get him!
Shane Howe now.
Oh, he's right there.
Gonna try to get the drop in on A-Rod. A-Rod's gonna come around, dice up Shane, try his body to do it. Looking over Shane.
Yeah,
Dust Bowl open.
Yeah, and the ball is coming off. Velez might have just ran into a ball.
I don't forget who it was from Iron Man. They walked off. Luckily, it was just a cramp.
A little chaotic out there.
Kind of worried.
Right now for DMG.
Seeing some pictures from what it looked like before everyone started playing on it, it was definitely divvied up from this being a farm. I don't know why they decided to start the event here, because the farmer hoed all the property before they even set up, and there was like 2-inch divots on the whole property. But luckily now that they're playing on it, it's trampling it down quite a bit.
1-on-1 now, Matty.
Oh, we got another 1-on-1. We've seen a decent amount of these today. Going to be giving out another coin.
Yeah, it goes from 2-on-2 to 1-on-1. DMG's looking good here, Matty. Winner to lose this point, they won the first point and got second place down to a 1-on-1.
Yeah, it would be huge for them if they could go up 2-0 here against Edmonton Impact.
They beat Impact. Dave immediately cuts them. Don't come to the field anymore, boys. You're not welcome.
Trevor trying to get the drop on him.
Yeah, Trevor, man, he's one of those guys, again, that you don't want to play 1-on-1 against. They're just really, really good. Everybody out here is really good at paintball. Some guys are exceptionally good at some things in paintball. Trevor's one of those guys that's exceptionally good at 1-on-1s.
Can't see who this is left alive for DMG. He's all the way on Impact's side, playing the aggressor, and that puts Reeser in an interesting position because he can't necessarily get too carried away and start launching his own attack because he has to protect that buzzer.
Yeah, and he's also, his shadow is very evident as he moves, so got to be careful because the judo player. Oh, just got
Oh, but
upward.
Reeser clocking in and getting himself another gold coin. Reeser, Trevor, come find me. I got something for you, a piece of hardware, and that's a nicely played one-on-one by Trevor Reeser.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, and look, I know it's early on. There's still a lot of time left, 10:25 on the clock, but that's the type of one-on-one which gives your team momentum.
Matt, this game's over.
So looking here, what's going on in the snake. So A-Rod was able to get in there first, and then there's Shane Howell posted up.
Yeah, he catches Shane, but he catches Gerber too there, and Gerber then draws the penalty.
That's a tough break for DMG, and then we're watching Trevor Reeser here, even though
the reason for that is mostly because of the amount of sponsors and advertisers backing the sport.
Nicely executed by Trevor.
Unlike the NXL, you got all the major gun manufacturers, you got the paint manufacturers, the smaller jersey manufacturers, but you compare that to the NFL, it's got, you're talking, multi-million and billion-dollar corporations, CNN, CBS, all the networking broadcasters, and then you got all the other sports memorabilia. It's just,
so if you take lost impact, I mean, it's not that.
It's also not the same where it used to be MPPL and PSP organized owners. They used to be able to have those tournaments at turfed locations. It was more like an arena setup, where else now NXL, in order to give more prize pools, they got to choose venues where it kind of cuts some costs. And it was a toss-up, because you got to remember back when PSP and MPPL were running the show, they really... No, yeah, I know what you meant. But back when the other organizers were running all the events, they didn't have very good broadcasting. You had ESPN2 and the Ocho pick up broadcasting for maybe 1 or 2 years, but the organizers couldn't keep broadcasting through them just because of how much it cost the organizers to pay the broadcasting company just to get, I would say, even tier 1 quality broadcasting, because it wasn't like, you tune into ESPN2 and you got coverage like this, even though the venue might suck. Go Sports picking up the broadcasting of all the events. You're going to get multiple camera angles. You're going to get top downs with a fly cam. They had a drone last year when we were at the event at Bluebell at the Atlantic Open.
And then Matt Jackson start from that center and then push whichever way he needs to go.
Yeah, you play PSP at OXCC.
OXCC.
Yeah,
I like how they're setting their lines.
That's the thing. They really could. They really could, if they wanted to, get in touch with local field organizers. They try to, from what they said, Tommy, one of the owners, said they don't want to have home field advantage for any of the pro teams. You have a local event at, let's say, Paps. Revo's kind of got the home field advantage, but I don't know how much it would even come into play. Giving I don't know if it really is a home field advantage when it comes to playing in a local field, because it's paintball. At the end of the day, yeah, you might be playing on a field you're comfortable with, and you have fans that are local to you, but it's not too much different than this as far as your fans being there for you. There's always going to be a plus and minus to wherever they have the venue, but all in all, I wouldn't say it's gone downhill. I'd say it's the sport itself has picked up steam, especially back when you're getting back to walking kind of. Oh man, I didn't even know that. I'm sorry to hear that, John. It's been a hot minute since I saw you down there at PAF, so it's probably been a couple years since we actually got to chat. I know none of my guys have been playing since we separated 3 years ago. I played. I know John played with your, I think, Beeline for a little while, but everyone else kind of went their separate ways. Shane's got a family now. Josh is working at UPS, working his butt off, and I know for me, I just recently changed jobs, but when I was working with hers, I didn't have the time to play anymore. It was too expensive, but it's fun to be able to get out there and watch it at least.
side, right into Drew's side in the break. They shoot one. So 5-on-4 advantage for AC Dallas. Also field position advantage taking that Drew 3 in the break. Following it up now, Clint Johnson.
I'm just happy that with having Goat Sports broadcast, that they're able to help grow the sport, because back 2013, 14, 15, it was I don't want to say that the sport was dying, but it was stagnated, and Go Sports and a lot of these pro team organizations have really done a lot for growing the sport with younger kids. And even this year, with a lot of these lineups that you see now,
try not to kill yourself.
there's a lot of rookies that are rolled in with these pro lineups. Like X Factor is pretty much stacked, but a lot of the lineup guys, like Outlaws, have 2 rookies that are showing some really good gun skills. And you got Diesel, and Edmonton had to rebuild.
Later in the day, but it's not hot. It's only going to get hotter.
I think the biggest change-up was, who the hell was it?
They have their top 2 teams
Dynasty and
Diesel is the kind of the scariest middle of the pack team. The team that.
Who the hell was it? Not Damage. No, Dynasty lost their 2 main starters, with Tyler going to Houston, and they're losing their Snake player. So they had to rebuild. There was another team that played today in the first bracket that I can't think of.
So now,
Revo too. Revo lost. Revo lost their back left, and I think they're Dorito playing. Not sure if Amaro's playing today or not.
Velez coming off though too, so it's a 4-on-4, and first moves up the center of the field. Nice work by DMG. Takes some ground, gets that.
Yeah, last year with COVID, it made it tough.
Good job for Shane Howe getting out to the snake cake. Knows not to get trapped in that back center. Fortunately for him, he's got A-Rod in front of him.
Yeah, but John, I hope hopefully with some surgery you'll be able to get out and play again. I know I don't know if I'm in the same boat as you as far as damage to my knee, but I have virtually no cartilage left in my knee from all the sports I've played, so I'm getting there. I know I'll need some surgery eventually too. It's especially diving on turf, it makes it really tough.
No one even looking his way.
Well, this is what's scary about a roster
Amari
like
is playing, okay.
is that if anyone's
Yeah, it seems to be the case with Revo every year.
All of a sudden, one guy could make a huge.
You know, they came up real strong against Dynasty in that first matchup, and then they just fell apart. They kept losing bodies.
Yeah, even if it's 1-on-5. Yeah,
1-on-5, I'm going right at him.
They're still
Who looks the best so far?
Okay, I'm in a bad spot, but how can I make this better? And how can
it's early to tell. I think tomorrow we'll have a better idea, but I want to say that
getting that shot in on Brandon Cornell.
I want to say New York definitely is looking real hot, but you know tomorrow they could easily fall apart. They come in real strong usually on day one, and they're a cocky team. We played against those guys. But they looked real tight, real strong. Honestly, I'd still say that Houston Heat's probably the team to beat, just with how stacked they are. And any mistake they've made on any of these points, they've corrected it right away. So I think they're probably going to be one of the top teams to beat. But there's 2 teams out of the first bracket that are 2-0.
2 1-on-1s for him. Like Justin Cornell's been
yeah, John, I have a couple of accounts that I need to get to tomorrow. I'm doing some selling for the company in the morning, and then
everyone's getting some spins.
I'm gonna I'll be definitely streaming it through Go Sports so you guys can watch it. But I'd like to try and get down there tomorrow to live stream it on site. If I don't get to live stream it on site tomorrow, I will 100% be down there on Sunday streaming it live. As long as there's no camera restrictions down there, I'm gonna try and stream it from the stands. But worst case scenario, you guys will be able to watch the stream from Go Sports.
About time, well deserved. Although he was criticizing us earlier.
Us?
Yes.
Over what?
I don't. He says that we shouldn't point out when people shoot left-handed and right-handed anymore. It shows how old we are and how out of the sport we are. I countered with, I don't really understand what you're saying. And it looked at me kind of funny. Oh, Outlaws drop. Trademark and Outlaws drop another buddy.
Yeah, Rob. Tomorrow will be a good day to go down. As far as weather conditions, I know there's like the whole weekend is supposed to be pretty clear, but Sunday's definitely gonna be a little hot. Well, not say a little. It's supposed to be a lot hotter than tomorrow. So if you want to beat the heat, tomorrow's the day to go. But Sunday's definitely gonna be the top matchups playing against each other. So wouldn't hurt to do both. I think the
Outlaws and getting eaten up over there. So
yeah, work does come first. John, are you working Sunday as well?
To get some production.
I like it. Outlaws down to just one player left alive, though, unfortunately. And he's eliminated. So it's going to be 4-0 here with 10 and a half left or so.
Because John, you're probably in the same boat as me. I got to work a little bit tomorrow too.
I mean, no matter what the Outlaws are trying to throw
But
at
definitely
them,
Sunday if you can make it out. If you're down there Sunday, more than happily link up with you.
Yeah, they look really, really good, Matty. It's kind of a story
you work
too,
Sunday,
of, what
Rob?
you can do with the talented
That
athletic
stinks.
kids that have the right mindset.
Yeah, work does come first though.
To become a team. That's always the challenge. Just keep them together long enough so that they can start.
But if you guys are down there, feel free to message me on DM me on Messenger. I think you guys both have my personal number. You can feel free to text me or call me. I'll meet up with you. I'm gonna be streaming it down there. I'm gonna try and get into some of the pits and either help out, get some footage for them, or one thing if I work Sunday, I'm making it yeah, it's hard to turn that down. I feel that. I just got that privilege now.
I'll take 2.
With my new job, so I definitely take advantage of that. It's fun to watch paintball, but money comes first, right?
Back with Goldman and Spica here on the Snake side. Matt Jackson.
Looks like Mouse.
Yeah, Mouse and Spica, and Rabikoff and Cornell.
Again, scary.
Oh, what Matty Marsh just said.
Yeah, so
Edmonton's still. They've always been a contender. They the last 4 years they've won 14 events and finaled in 16 of them. So it's now with adding Spica to the Edmonton lineup, they're definitely going to be a top contender as well as usual. But Spica's one of the best Snake players. And you add that to having Goldman there, it's a tough team to beat.
Definitely getting their fair share of kills and whittling down Impact's line. And if
Goldman's still definitely the best one-on-one Snake shooter.
Points up, but can't just keep it down to Trevor every time. No. He's not out there right now. Looks like Spica trying to get across the field. Nice job by Kyle Spica.
Really nice job. That's that same move Keith Brown did, where he goes Snake 2, looks inside, catches the small Dorito cross field. DMG with 4 bodies here. Impact with all the positions. Snake, center 50 cube, Dorito. DMG spread thin across the back line with the back center. Snake cake, Snake corner, and Dorito 1. Back center player getting out, going to the Dorito cake where he can survive a little bit longer, but not once Spica goes up in the Snake. Justin Cornell now taking the walk for Impact.
So they do have Justin Rabikoff though in a good spot in the center, and they have it's 4-on-4 Spica here in a good spot. After
so if you see where Boyum is shooting, that D1 or D2 bounce, and his cake is also shooting. That shot is actually a really tight bounce shot that a lot of guys have been getting hit with coming back into the small Dorito.
Another GMG player eliminated here, so only 2 GMG players against the 4 Impact players left alive.
Spica past the 50-yard line here, trying to pinch out D1 again.
Yeah, I already shot that
guy. That's there you go, another kill for Spica.
Yeah, that's 3 for Spica. That's 4 for Spica. Look at him. He's like, "Come on, guys, you're so slow." Ugh.
Yeah, Kyle Spica was really excited about this layout and his chance to get out there and feast.
God, how depressing is that? If you
My man's a beast.
Spica, Mouse is right behind him.
Yeah, you still have to deal with Mouse.
Yeah, like they said, that's the toughest Snake team to play against. He kills Spica, then you got Mouse right behind him.
Score on the back of an awesome performance here from Kyle Spica.
Yeah, Kyle should do that every game.
Thumbs up, point is good.
I want to see Kyle and Chad battling it out.
Kyle Spica and Chad George, yeah.
With bayonets.
With bayonets.
Really good Snake play today. I like what we're seeing out of didn't have a great day, but Logan Dyer from AC Dallas had some good looks out there. Obviously, Spica. Ben Challenger's had some good looks out there. Mike Urena had a pretty good day for Dynasty.
Yep.
Got too many penalties, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining snake side to watch. All right, so can the Outlaws survive here? Just too many deaths. Survivability, big problem for them right now.
Yeah, and so many of those deaths, Matty, are out of the bunker. You know, they're not on the transition or on the early attack. Once they're already there and established. They lose their first attacker on the drill side, trying to release at the center.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to send these bodies out. They're just getting keyed up on. Now going to crawl here into the snake for the Outlaws. AC Dallas is rolling those guns, Rich.
And you know, Matty, I think it's one of those things where, you know, this is kind of a new style. Fred walks off for Outlaws, but this is kind of a new style for them, attacking. It's going to take them a little while to get better at that style, but I think they're taking the first step right here doing it. You're never going to get good at it if you don't push yourself.
Yeah, Diesel actually is really looking hot. I think if they take this one right here, they're going to be 2-0 going into day 2 as well.
Outlaws taking another walk from the drill side.
And Diesel just looks so calm and composed. And
my boy Shane from Canada on Diesel,
Outlaws over here.
he's just been just shredding the Dorito side.
Spot, it's not going to matter, going to get a concession. Yeah, so Diesel. Again, nothing special, right?
Nope.
Everybody was originally complaining about this layout too, but I'm loving it. Anytime they take it back to the old school layouts, you know, it's a mixture of the new,
looking really solid here. So
the new PSP 4-stack cube layout, but they really spread the field out, which is nice here. I think almost the last 2 years, almost every major that they played in, the layout was just so claustrophobic in the center of the field, no matter which one they did. And pretty much there was no use for any cakes or and for cans for being lane blockers, because there was just so much claustrophobic cube and wedge setup in the center off the snake side. That it was just so hard. It was pretty much like weaving and bobbing. It was so easy to get to the 50 on the old layouts, but this is definitely a lot more gunfighting and a lot more lane break shots, because the gaps are huge here now. It's nice.
But they know they're a little better than we do, obviously.
Yeah, so 2 bodies coming off Laval and Rodriguez taking the walk here for impact, so a pretty big advantage.
Yeah, that's not bad. They're not doing too bad. I mean, this is their 3rd year.
Yeah, I like Velez and Snake 2 for impact looking inside. We've seen other guys go to Snake 1 look inside. Not very effective.
Yeah, it's definitely open. I don't know if it's just the effect of the camera has or whatnot. I'll see when I get down there, but at least the layout and the position of the bunkers themselves, they definitely spread everything out more, which is nice. I like this.
Not a great spot. Now, yeah, Gerber getting into the snake.
Still allows for really aggressive movements and firefights, but you can't recklessly run in there like the 50 like you used to be able to. You got to really play those lane blockers.
Get behind Velez, but then Velez out to get pinched by Gerber, but tucks in, staying alive.
Yeah, Gerber made a great move there. He just missed his first shot, but that's going to allow Shane Howe to sneak in the back door of the snake, I think. Shane Howe now snake 2 for DMG, looking down the tape. He's probably going to sneak forward and try to get the guy in front of him, Velez.
Velez is doing a really good job of communicating from his position.
Staying alive and talking, and sometimes that's all you can do, man.
Yeah, Josh. I mean, yeah, if you're comparing it to the first event this year and the previous ones, yeah, the fields are definitely not in the best condition. You're playing on a farm.
He's gonna come through, executes. It's not gonna. Is he gonna be able to trade out with Trevor? Shane pushing up here. He's gonna get them both.
Of course he does.
By Shane.
You don't get ageless assassin by not getting both of those guys.
Well, and smartly then DMG sees Shane run through. The bodies come off, take full advantage of it, and runs through to hit that buzzer. So.
Now we got ourselves a game.
Josh, you got to remember too, the divisional fields that the smaller guys are playing on. There's less play on those fields, so the pros actually have better conditions. Even though it doesn't look it, they're much better conditions than the divisional teams do, just because of the amount of trample that the pros are putting down on the field. It's squashing some of the indenting that the farmer had put on the field from hoeing it.
Solid lineup.
Would make AC Diesel.
And I even had a couple people telling me, you know, oh, I don't know why they don't just get some turf in here. They could have laid enough turf down to just cover all the fields. Like, you don't understand how much it is to rent or lease turf. They're not going to buy it because just to store that amount of turf is going to be ridiculous. And to lease it just for one event is just not worth it.
I mean, they're not winning every tournament. They're not winning every match.
It's not cheap to play paintball and even be in these tournaments, but it's not like the organization makes millions of dollars doing this event. They got to pay the players. They got to pay their staff. They got to pay Go Sports.
Future looks like it's very bright.
And if we want a good broadcast, if you want a good amount of refs and staff there, they got to pay all those people, and people don't realize how much that costs. We don't want to half-ass all that. I'd much rather have a good broadcast than need to soak it tonight. John, honestly, it's funny you say that because I think last time our teams talked when we were at PAPS, we were always complaining. All of our teams were always complaining about how soaked these events are because it rains the week before. I mean, look at you remember NXL Philly last year at Bluebell College at Monco. It was so bad that the college refused to have the event there again this year, and they had to find this location near Limerick. Just because the amount of people walking on it after 2 days of rain, it's just the fields are obliterated.
Outlaws scoring their first point this match.
It wouldn't hurt. I definitely wouldn't hurt to better planning for ground grass would have been better. Oh well, Josh, they're playing on this is a private property. They're having this event on a farm.
For them at the first event because they lost to the Russians big on day one. And then
they had a different venue in mind, but they couldn't get approval for the venue, so they had to do a last-minute scramble. They only had a month or two to grab this venue. I don't disagree as far as planning goes. You know, they could have definitely done a better job of growing grass, but even if they did get the grass grown, it ain't, these guys are all wearing cleats. Yeah, you guys did do. You got second, yeah.
But they're really trying to key in on the fundamentals. Going out for this point,
I think Timmy, pretty sure Timmy and A-Team took first place for D4, D3, didn't they? Because I remember watching that on Go Sports on the final day, and Matty Marshall didn't know Timmy's name, and I think he's number 11 or 14. I forget what his jersey number was, but he was at the Cake Temple, Dorita side, and he came through it, wrapped around, and got a triple. And you hear Matty Marshall talking. He's like, "Oh, number 11." Raps. Oh, he just took out half the team. Looks like he might have just cleared the board. Timmy comes through with fist pumps in air and jumps over the bunker, finished last dude.
So two bodies now have come off, both from the D side.
Josh, I'm not sure if this is the permanent venue. It's the only majors that I know of that are going to be more. None of them are going to be permanent, but they're going to be more set in stone. Are definitely going to be the World Cup venue down in Kissimmee at the Kissimmee Resort. They have perfect conditions down there. Wasn't the original venue Monco College? Yeah, last year I was down there, and I'll tell you firsthand, like Montgomery County Community College will never. I literally said it the first day we were down there. I was like, man, Monca's never going to allow this to happen again next year. And of course they didn't, just because they chose to have all the divisional fields on their baseball and football fields down at the campus, and they got obliterated. They had to put like planks down, they had to put cardboard down, and it was a muddy mess. They only had like 1 or 2 days of rain, and it wasn't heavy. But just the amount of people, it was soft enough, the amount of people walking on it from the crowds and the teams, it was a muddy mess. Now, the fields weren't bad, but yeah, no, they won't let him back, that's for sure. But that's the thing. we're human beings. We complain about everything, and that's why I try to tell people, I was like, yeah, try and take it with a grain of salt and try to like appreciate what you have. Because last year it was a muddy mess, and every major was a muddy mess. Everybody complained about that, and now we're here, and you know, obviously it's a dust bowl and kicking up dust everywhere, and players are having tough conditions running, and I get that. But at least they can get footing, and it's not a muddy mess. Because whenever, especially the back line and all your key bunkers, God, you know, Snake One, your first brick, those bunkers just get obliterated in the mud, and you just start slipping. I'd much rather have this, where you have dirt to walk on, than to be slipping in mud and have your gun just get actually annihilated.
But there's still 8:20 to go, so you don't want to get too lawless.
No, and Outlaws right now attacking all the way into Diesel's side of the field. He's alive. He's got 2 kills so far. He's got another one. Back center's definitely going to die shortly. There goes the tower. Yeah, man, that just shows you what one guy can do with a big aggressive move out here, Matty.
Yeah, and signs of life here from the Outlaws, which
keeping them alive.
Again, depending on what happens tomorrow, if they get 2 wins, get a big win maybe, you never know. But they're gonna want to keep pushing it here, and that's their only option.
This is the first year that Outlaws have shown any hope and promise of competing.
Thunder game plan.
100%.
Dorito 3, Snake 2.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. The other team that you were asking earlier about the top contenders. The other team that really surprised me, and I think are gonna have other teams are gonna have a tough fight against, is Uprising. That what's his name? Corey Fields, the captain. He really put together a hell of a lineup for this year's majors, because they playing real consistent, real smart play, and I think they took they either went 2-0 or they went 1-1 in the first bracket. But you know, obviously, the first bracket's the toughest. You have Revo, Uprising, Dynasty.
DMG, big pipe, man. Very athletic, getting to that brick on the Dorito side. Fascinating.
Is that Boyum?
Yeah, I think it's one of the brothers.
That guy looked real fast.
Real fast. Yeah, he should run more. Mouse just got shot out of the Snake corner. I love DMG's attack here. Go all the way to that brick. They get 2 kills.
Yeah, body coming off for DMG, but they do get those 2 kills. 2 bodies have come off. Now DMG going to lose another one. It's going back and forth here. No one's alive at all on the Snake side for either team.
DMG draws the big one, the red flag.
Oof. Well,
no one to pull, so they're going to start with 2 or 3. Sorry. A little bit of a mistake there. I like that breakout, though, Matty, and I like Boyum getting up there and just doing work. Unfortunately, everybody behind him died. I don't know how or why.
Did you see who got the penalty?
I did not.
Maybe. Yeah, I can see if that was Boyum, or I think it was Boyum that made that big run. He looked real fast.
He did, yeah.
So, yeah, for a second, I thought DMG might have a chance in that one. Got the 2 kills, and just the bodies started dropping for them. The penalty was not good.
Hey guys, feel free to share the stream so everybody else can to find it and watch with us. And if you haven't already, we really appreciate a like and a follow for the stream itself. Pretty much play whatever, but we're gonna start doing live streams like this too for major events, different sports.
Your other 2 top teams, that's a big statement. It's a bold statement.
I'm gonna be doing a big day 1 reveal stream. Might be doing a 24-hour stream for when Battlefield 2042 comes out. I'll definitely be doing at least a 12-hour stream for that. Just actually picked up my 3080. It's getting shipped right now, so I'll have that just in time for Battlefield when it comes out. Got a new monitor, so it's gonna be nice. Definitely tune in for that. Oh, I know you did, homie.
Yeah, and it's definitely the hottest day will be the most important day.
Hey man, if you're ever on too, just hit me up and I'll get you in Discord and we'll play some games.
Got Clint Johnson, Baginski, Sean Salcedo out there walking out to join their other 2 teammates. Mark Johnson's out there.
Misfits of Gaming.
So looking at the Outlaws there on your screen.
if they can combine some good shooting on the break with their new offense, that's a combination that's going to get them to 2 and 2 or 3 and 1.
All right, Outlaws. Gotta put up a point here.
Oh, Ricky? I think that's Ricky getting a little bit of a bad start. Looks like he might have got clipped, though. Yeah, trying to get in there. So body coming off right now for the Outlaws.
And if you guys, if you work out, you take pre-workout supplements or post-workout protein. If you're drinking energy drinks, I highly recommend my sponsor, my partner, Raise Energy and Rep Sports. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, if you take any of those, if you take pre-workout, post-workout, or like energy drinks, check out Raise Energy and Rep Sports. Put in my coupon code on your order, and you'll get 15% off. You'll be helping the stream out. It's 15% off, I believe, and everything over $50 is free shipping.
And all of a sudden, the Outlaws, like you said, 2 points down.
Of all the energy drinks I tried when it came to sponsorship, I definitely went with them just because they do use a it's called a preliminary
Mark got caught as
electrolyte. So you definitely don't get that crash afterwards. You don't get the C4 feeling of your skin being annihilated.
Yeah, the Outlaws.
So check them out as well. And like I said, you can save 15% on whatever you purchase. Your gamer tag is your Discord.
Let's go down again to Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Jason Trozen was just confirming with the refs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had you added on Twitch, and
so they had a chance there for a minute against Impact, but they're giving them a huge advantage now.
Are you on Xbox only, or are you on PC too, right?
So that is a tough blow here for DMG. 4-point spread. Impact's gonna make this point pretty easy. We have seen three bodies beat 5 before. It's pretty rare.
Yeah, unless your last name's a ski.
Russians have been pretty good at over the years. All right, 10 seconds to go before the start of this next one. Impact on the red side, DMG on the blue side.
Yeah, I feel like Impact's gonna want to go out and make a statement at this point, not just get a point, but drop the hammer pretty hard. We'll see. Nope, super conservative. Nickel ball getting bounced in the Dorito cake. Now they say he's eliminated. 4-on-5 advantage for DMG. Impact. Oh, Justin Cornell just getting shot at the Dorito as well. But DMG loses 2 over here on the snake side.
Yeah, I feel like every time something goes well for DMG and I look over, I'm like, oh, things are looking good.
I did sell my Xbox. I had an X, but I sold that. So I'm
I think the referees might
with the amount of money I spent on the 3080. I'm just gonna be sticking with PC. But yeah, if you see me on, I'll have to check to see if I added you on Discord or not. If not, I'll add you. And if you see me on, just pop on into my channel.
Oh, they started with 5. Good job, DMG. Referees
apparently they didn't get the memo. So, see how they're going to handle this one.
Terrence isn't letting Dave push him around.
Yeah, so the DMG players are still just hanging out there, and now they're being
like,
waved
no,
out.
I refuse. I will not leave. I have not been eliminated. Oh, Howell's up there too.
John, I really wish Josh would actually come out and.
So, let them sort that out.
I know Sunday doesn't work. Saturday he's probably working UPS, but I really wish he'd come out Sunday and watch. Because it's probably only from Harrisburg. It's probably about an hour and 20-minute drive for him to Royersford.
It's been 3 in a row for the Outlaws, and they have time because all these points have gone real fast. Impact a massive favor. You can see on the Bandwagon statistics, and get your picks in. On the Pick'em, it's a lifetime membership to Go Sports, and on the draft, which will be Sunday, and we're going to count the kills, awarding a golden barrel by Carbon. Have a chance to win a shocker from Smart Parts. So got about 15 seconds to go. So do you think the Outlaws can keep it going here, Rich? That's the big question.
I want them to just for our entertainment.
After Diesel, you got to be
and for the growth of the team.
Yeah, Diesel got to be getting a little bit frustrated here at this point. Just can't let that frustration affect this next trial here.
You ain't kidding, Maddie. You're giving up points here. They went up 5 points and then they're playing too conservative.
So, okay, on the breakout now is heavy guns up for AC Diesel, going 3 guns up, doubling up that back center.
Man, I like that
body here.
Yeah, John, that is a bit of a hike. If you take the turn, once you cross over into PA, if you take you can take Route 10 north, but if you take the turnpike, it'll take you right towards Philly, and then you can jump up north. Like I think it's like a 15-minute drive off the turnpike to get your Limerick. It's probably. Actually, I'm gonna look for you real quick. Let me see how far of a drive that is.
And here comes Ben Challenger. Ben Challenger did not get the doll.
No.
But Body's walking off. Just a sea of white jerseys here coming off right now for the Outlaws.
I was gonna say, but 3 other dudes found out a way to get shot.
This is Wank.
Oh,
yeah.
So
Kevin Wank is just running through right now.
Yeah, he was shot by the guy with the hit on his hopper.
So Wank should be getting a penalty,
no, the guy
Salcedo should be getting.
Yeah, I don't think he knew he was hitting the hopper.
Are we down to a one-on-one? Yeah, I think we're down to another one-on-one here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Matty.
And I think that's Clint Johnson. He's a one-on-one champion.
Yeah.
So John, if you're like in Westminster,
referees are running in. I think someone's hitting the hopper.
I don't know. It's not really in Rochefort. It's in between Rochefort and Pottstown, all 422 and Limerick, where they're at right now. It's about a 2-hour drive for you.
Johnson's calling the penalty himself.
Yeah, we've had a ton of one-on-ones today. Pat Kraft, Thomas Kim, Woodley, Gerber, Trevor Reeser ×2, Clint Johnson, Tyler Harmon, Mark Johnson.
Oh, I don't know if you guys were watching earlier. I think it was around 10 a.m.
So now
It was Edmonton versus no. It was Revo versus New York Extreme, and you know the rivalry there between those guys. They're always coming down to play against us in Baltimore, and I think it was Hennessy came through with a double. He came right down the pike and got a double against Sense and just dumped on Sense's back, and he runs over the snake side to I think O'Mara walking off the field and just he dumps his entire hopper on him. Just does him so dirty. Pours it out all over him as he's walking off the field.
Yeah, for sure.
Frustrated, not just fold.
I mean, I know there's definitely shit talking in paintball, but those boys up there in New York, they have a little extra teaspoon of shit talking for sure.
DMG 2-2.
Start of this point here, team's running out, and looks like a 5-alive break for both squads.
Yeah, Edmonton's definitely going to play conservative here. They're up 5. They're just going to burn the clock.
5-point spread now. So Impact going for Mercy Rule win.
DMG losing their first player.
I'm pretty sure Damage knows it's over here because they tried playing more aggressively last 2 points just to gain some ground, and Edmonton's just on point with their shots.
Bounce shots on both sides of those pins, and that's why they're so hard to live in.
Yeah.
How about to take and they move from the Dorito pin or snake pin into the snake tower, Matty?
Impact's just going to dump paint here. He's going to hold lanes and dump paint.
A little more offensively here, obviously down by 5 points. They don't want to give another point to Impact because it'll hurt their margin, but they do want to try to score a point if they can.
Yeah, they're definitely not. They're definitely not going to force a point. They're just going to try and seal the margin for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think DMG is going to just lock this up and try not to lose any more margin. 4-on-4 here. Hal going up to the snake, looking snake side from the snake side wing. Oh, and big bite over there.
Gonzalez must have got some misinformation.
Yeah. I was going to say, I love that move. There was just nobody there. You know, I would have liked to have seen that earlier in the match.
Here now, Justin Rabikoff trying to find these bodies. Don't know if he knows where Hal is. He's going to run right past Hal and run to his death, actually. And so it looks like just Hal Vance left alive, and it's not going to matter, though, as time is going to expire. So final score will be a 5-point spread, 7-2 in favor of Impacts. They're going to go undefeated here in day
Yeah, it puts
one.
them 2 up.
DMG with the win over the Ironman going to go 1-1. X Factor went 1-1. Houston Heat looked dominant today, 2-0.
Great day of paintball today. I can't wait for the night games.
Yeah, they bring the lights in.
Oh, so exciting.
We got the second shift of commentators coming in.
Oh,
for
no,
that
it's
one?
us.
Oh, okay,
It's us.
all right.
You got to stay and you got to commentate the whole thing.
For tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, night vision go. We can sleep on Tuesday though.
Have you ever played night games before?
I have.
The one thing I learned about playing night games is if night vision goggles are allowed and you don't have them, don't play that night game.
Now it's Fleur. Now it's Fleur technology, Matthew. 5 alive for both teams, Matty. Oh, nope.
Oh, maybe not.
Yep.
Salcedo getting a check. Looks like he's clean, though. So, yeah, 5 alive. And
These points are really quick for this this set right here, because there's still 5.5 minutes up on the board, and it's 9 points.
Just like say that, I look over, and Kevin Wank's going to take the walk, and they're going to be losing another body, and possibly.
Who do I have winning? I put Houston Heat or Edmonton winning.
Lots of points in this game, though.
Yeah.
Houston Heat.
Yeah, you know,
After the roster change is just absolutely stacked, and then they got Todd Martinez coaching them. It's going to be tough for other teams to beat them for sure.
Things where if both teams are crossed it up, you know, on both sides feel it can be a long, slow point. But if either team is attacking, usually that's.
I mean, they picked up the stars from Russian Legion, from Dynasty. Their attack speed and their gun skills are just a par above everyone else. It seems like after today.
It's not going to get any better.
Just breathe deeply.
Harmon's one of the best in-lane firefighters in Dorito side for sure, in mid.
Yeah, you can taste it.
Delicious. Well, a little red clayish.
Is that iron?
Yeah, delicious.
Phosphates? Yes.
It would be fun to go down tonight and tomorrow for when they do the 10-man night games.
Thunder taking on Uprising.
Thunder versus Uprising.
That's Battle of Northwest teams. Seattle Thunder, Seattle Uprising. Aftermath and AC Dallas.
Yeah.
Rebel ML Kings. And
they're gonna be tough to beat for sure.
So, and then Dynasty and New York Extreme. So those will be the first two sets in the morning.
Dynasty versus New York tomorrow, first set.
About 40 seconds to go before this one. We're probably gonna see at this rate maybe 2, maybe 3 points. 3 points probably.
They're going pretty quickly.
So the Outlaws made it interesting. Initially, Diesel went up 5-0.
Yeah.
Outlaws step up, score 3 unanswered, and then Diesel now running it up to 7.
And what they need to do, Matt, is go back and have a comprehensive discussion on what the difference is between when they go out and score 3 points in a row and what the difference is when they go out and lose 4 points in a row. You know, like what are we doing differently? What's working? What's not working? What adjustments can we make? What adjustments are outside of our control? Because if you don't have those discussions, you never make those adjustments. Diesel, down to just 2 bodies left alive here, Matty. Oh, drawing a penalty as well. So, yeah, only 2 players left alive here from Diesel. This is going to be a 3-point game if the Outlaws can close out 2 on 4.
Yeah. See if they can do it here now. Pushing the issue on the D side. Getting into D4 here for the Outlaws. And they also have a body here in the Snake as Haber gets back.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup to watch for sure.
He's going to filter out behind him. Haber having some issues with his loader potentially, and here comes Mark Johnson's.
I think the one team that
that leaves no one on the Snake side right now.
Coming into this year, I had doing placing really high. Obviously, was Russian Legion, but they lost their captain to Heat.
Keeping it interesting enough.
He came back after COVID because of living in the States. So now
still not going to look good for him.
They're going to have a rough time.
No, but there's 4 minutes left. Gonna be down by
Same thing with Dynasty.
So
Dynasty's just
maybe get 2 more.
After they lost Spica, they lost
maybe more. I don't know.
Harmon. It's definitely a rebuilding stage for a lot of these teams. But it gives a lot of the rookies really good divisional players that these guys have been keeping their eyes on to come up and make a name for themselves.
Congratulations on a good first day here at the second tournament of the year. You guys are undefeated in your first 2 prelim matches.
Look at these jerseys they got. Last year, everybody was wearing the ultra fit jerseys. There was like no padding, and now everything is just. He looks husky. He's such a tiny guy. He looks so husky wearing that Impact jersey.
So, obviously, you know, through each game, we're always progressing.
He's got some armor greaves on underneath those sleeves.
Just making sure that the communication is perfect. So we're, you know, this field is pretty wild. So obviously you've seen out here, and for me too, I love it because I can run all over the place.
He's being modest. It's pretty wild.
You know, we're dealing with the ground right now, which is a factor, and seeing how, you know, every team out here is doing things a little bit differently. But you know, we're focused and we're so critical on ourselves because we want to play already like it's the final match. So we're making sure that every little piece of information that we can get, you know, from these early matches, we're logging in the brain.
Well, you guys are the reigning champs right now, so you're the ones to beat, but what makes this field layout so wild?
Well, I think that, you know, there's just a lot of different places you can go, a lot
The
of places
farm.
that can be hidden, and if you start to lose a couple of people and you miss a zone, there's people everywhere. You know,
Oh, Revo was looking on,
the middle,
looking like they're on
side,
fire,
you
but
can get lost. So if
like I said before, it's Revo was Revo, and you know they go up points on everybody, and then they start falling off. I don't know.
Yeah, there's been some chaos.
I haven't talked to those guys in a while, but
So we'll just have to see how it develops, but congratulations.
Thank you. I got to give a shout out
yeah,
to my mom, too.
yeah,
I know
that.
she's over there in the stands watching.
And the Yak-
You know, Sense is gonna be just bitching and moaning all night now about that call.
Dump it into
That was a tough call,
4:20 on the clock,
but
and
even the
spread ACDs
even the chairman, the organized leader, he can't come down and override the lead ref call.
attacking.
He didn't have enough evidence to.
Unger here attacking on the
That call was already made on field.
For the Outlaws, and he's going to get taken out. It was Kevin Wank. And they're going to be losing another body with Stapula in the center, and you're going to be losing Fred Berkeley. This is the problem, right? The deaths in bunches, but they're down a bunch. Don't have a lot of time left. Look like Tau going to be thrown in, so I'm trying to remember the record for points scored. I think it was like, it was set in Vegas last year by, I want to say, Level and I can't remember their team, but it was like 10-8 or something like that.
18. Seems like it would be somewhere in that 14 to 20 range. More than 14.
We've had 12 so far here, and I think we're gonna, at this rate, maybe gonna see another 2-3. We just said that, but they keep going quick because of these deaths in bunches. I mean, mostly it's been by the score, mostly the Outlaws dying in bunches, but then also on the flip side, Diesel's had a couple of those too.
Not to be outdone.
Still now that point spread sitting at 4, but you know, they've been battling through it. I mean, the story's been the same the whole time. Did get a little bit closer. You guys have just joined us. Diesel went up by 5. Outlaws did not fold, started to fight, and that was good to see.
Battled back 3 points.
They battled back 3. More points from Diesel, a point from Outlaws, and that's where we currently sit, 8-4. Tomorrow, the Outlaws are going to be playing DMG to close out the prelims, and then try to find their other game, and the Ironman. So, and then the Ironmen are going to be definitely fired up. And,
Revo lost 4-5 to Dynasty in the first set, and then they lost 3-5 in the second set. So they're 0-2 going in tomorrow. They have to win both their games just to have a chance on Sunday.
2-0, and everyone else is 1-1. It's going to make things really chaotic to potentially close
Which
this out.
Challenging couple games tomorrow.
Which they can still do, but they got to change things up tomorrow for sure.
And, you know, Thunder's been a fun story this year so far. Looking forward to see what they're going to do in their bracket with the Russians. Aftermath.
To be fair to Revo, I mean,
and Uprising. Aftermath did not have a great day.
no matter the outcome of their day one,
dropped their first game to
every,
and the next game to the
I'm pretty sure as far as I can remember, every major they've played in the last 3 years, maybe plus or minus 1 or 2 of the majors, they've had the hardest bracket into day one. You know, they're always placed with Dynasty, Russian Legion, Houston Heat. Like, they're going to, I mean, all these teams are great. That's why they're here, and that's why they're playing the pro brackets. But everybody gives Revo shit for falling apart, but they're playing against guys that have been in this for many, many years, and they never get stuck in a bracket with like Uprising and Thunder and Outlaws. They're always in a really hard bracket, so got to give it to them for that, for staying with it as close as they do.
Probably could see a couple more as there's still just under 4 minutes.
I'd definitely love to see those guys take one of these majors. But they've also made every Sunday for the last couple of years, so.
Yeah, Clint Johnson with the early walk, and but it looks like Haber and Challenger both coming out of the snake.
That had to hurt. Haber just took like a half a popper to the head.
Situation, actually gonna be a 4-on-2 situation here.
Yeah, and they still make Sunday out of the hardest bracket, so that says something right there. they're definitely
Berkeley's gonna
smart
get
guys,
into the
and
thing now. No one he needs to worry about down the sideline.
as much as we have our opinions on Sense, playing against him down there in practice matches, he definitely does something. Him and Amara definitely pull something together going into Sunday to get his boys together and make a comeback. I think tomorrow they'll come back strong.
Joe's back here behind Berkeley.
Support position.
This is definitely a layout that Amara can take advantage of his ability and his size. So they just gotta give him the ability to get in there and get some kills down.
Sato's still alive. He's going to decide to run right at the player on the D side, but Joe has had enough of that. So I don't know if he knew Joe was alive, but Ricky going to hit that.
That was a smart move on his part. It was way too aggressive. They got to come down there.
Anyway, points good here for the Outlaws. Pulling within 3. You do like to, I just like the fight we're seeing out of the Outlaws, man. In the past, they would typically fold over and give up, but that's not.
Yeah, they're definitely staying with it. They're playing aggressive, playing smart.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm here with Nick Sloviak from Ironman. He was hanging around the sidelines. Thought I'd drag him over for an interview.
You did, you jerk.
Yep. Well, you know, I got to do my job.
My opponents.
So talk to me a little bit about your matches today. First, break down what happened in those matches for people who may have missed them.
Ooh, so we played Sacramento DMG first. Really couldn't get anything going for us. We had some good luck shooting people on the break, but just would lose people, and we didn't put together a really effective attack, and really weren't in the game much. Had some okay points attacking and moving down the field, but it was essentially just too little too late. So you want to chalk that up to just not being mentally ready. Or again, I don't know, just not getting hyped enough. I mean, it was a combination of things. We played against Diesel next, changed some things up, looked to just attack, and kind of just blew some up body situations where we shot people. Some guys, there's a little history there. We played those guys a bit and just some chattering back and forth. And I think some people kind of lost their cool and kind of took that stuff personally. And it's one of those things where like you just gotta let it go. You get shot extra, you feel like you get shot extra, or take a couple more. Like who cares? I mean, that's the beauty about playing X-Ball. You get to go back out there and do it again. Get even however you want, but don't let it affect you and take you out of doing the job you're supposed to do. And I think that kind of happened. And Peyton unfortunately hurt himself on the Snake side. I don't know.
So it was Peyton that they got off the field.
What happened, if there was really ever a diagnosis with it. But it didn't. He cramped a little bit at practice. I don't think this was a cramp. I think he kind of like stepped wrong, like trying to get out, and might have twisted his ankle a little bit. Hopefully, should know more about that.
That's where you wear high top cleats and you tape your ankles, especially in conditions like this.
To go now. Again, a 3-point spread. Body coming
I would 100% be wearing some high top, the Nikes or some high top Under Armour to tape that shit. Feels rough.
Another one actually and make that 3. So just 2
Good
bodies.
thing he's all right.
Could see another fast one here, Rich.
I thought more people would be hurting themselves out here.
4 kills here for AC Diesel. So AC Diesel's just. The story's been the same. It's been all AC Diesel as far as the lead this entire time, but it's just what is the margin going to be like at the end of this game? The story at the beginning is Diesel's going to take it, but are they going to finish with 6, 5, 4, 3? Who knows? And right now it's looking like it's going to be a 4-point spread, but with 1 minute and 42 left. So it looks like he's just going to chill by the buzzer and see if he can burn a little of the clock off and have the Outlaws had enough. Do they want to just end it with the 4-point spread, or potentially throw more spread away? Maybe they can get it back. I mean, they have done a good job.
They should protect the margin here, not hit the buzzer, in my opinion.
It looks like that is what is going to happen, because they've been pretty quick on it so far to this point, and now it does look like they are going to throw the towel.
When politics comes into paintball, staring at the sideline.
They're fighting tough for it this entire time.
TJ's telling them right now, hey, we need to hit this buzzer. And they're like, no, just let's wait a little while.
But after a long, hard-fought battle, I do have to say though that this could have been 6-0 for the Outlaws, or a 5-point spread. Instead, it's going to end up being 4. So a little bit of a minor victory there, at least. But yeah, make sure you get your picks in here on MyFanWagon. Go to myfanwagon.com. We got a gun at stake for the draft. See who's going to win that golden barrel from Carbon. And you can see there the list of all-stars that have taken it home so far. Justin Rabikoff with the first one, and Smotroff, and the last one though that we awarded was Alex Goldman. Before that, Ryan Greenspan, and yeah, so now just 25 seconds. And also do the pick'ems on FanWagon as well. My FanWagon with the lifetime membership to Go Sports, whoever wins the pick'em. So yeah, they're just going to let this time expire. You can see there on the fantasy statistics that AC Diesel was a big favorite, and so was Edmonton Impact, and that's typically what you're going to see. So again, if you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Man, what an awesome day of paintball here at the second major event of the
Hell
season,
yeah.
brought to you by Tribe of One. Let's get a look here
crazy
at the
fights
schedule
today
for Saturday and what the battles we're going to see go down tomorrow morning, starting at 8 o'clock here Eastern
Revo
time.
versus ML
It's gonna be
Kings.
Seattle Thunder taking on Seattle Uprising. Battle of the Northwest squads. San Diego Aftermath's going to be fighting against AC Dallas. You got Revo and ML Kings. That one could be interesting. That bracket's getting crazy. Also in that bracket, San Diego Dynasty and New York Extreme. Extreme's at the top right now.
Coming in today, I would have said Revo if they played ML Kings day one. They would have swept them, but ML Kings put up a hell of a fight today, so that's going to be a brutal match. I'm really excited to see the Dynasty New York Extreme game, though, that's for sure. Those two guys are just
so, thank you guys
pumping out
so
some
much for
speed.
joining us here.
Oh, and NRG is one of the new pro
your
teams too this
support to
year.
Try to bring you the best paintball broadcast we possibly can, the best in the business. So I'm Matty Marshall and Rich Telford, on behalf of our entire broadcast crew. We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the stream then. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be back here tomorrow. Have the stream up live again so you guys can watch it. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to see some on-site stream. If not, then you'll be seeing me down there on Sunday. I'll get the on-site POV for you. Get some good footage. Hopefully meet some players. But thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next one.